Welcome to the PokeOpinion. I'm Thatch, and on today's show, we discuss the possibility of Pokemon Legends EA being similar to Black and White's Pokemon World Tour. So, what NPCs would we like to see return from each region? Keep listening, and you'll find out. Reminder, as always, we have timestamps down below, so if you want to skip around and listen to different parts of the show, you can. And if you would like to take a moment to like, subscribe, follow, or rate on whatever platform you're listening to us on, we would really appreciate it. We love the interaction. It helps even more people find the show and enjoy it with you. But with all of that out of the way, let's puckle up and get into the show.
And now, coming to you live from atop the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's the one, the only, PokeOpinion.
It's Puckle! Puckle! It's Puckle! Puckle! Pokemon Underground Champions League, oh yeah! Puckle! Puckle.
Welcome to the PokeOpinion. I am your host, Trainer Thatch, here today with my wonderful co-host. We've got the one and only Lord Jushiro.
Some say, hey everyone, happy Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or wherever you are listening to this.
Wednesday. Maybe it's a Wednesday.
It probably is.
It probably isn't. And then also, welcome to R Sigma.
Hiya, papaya.
Hiya, papaya. Somebody didn't realize that was actually a Fire Emblem reference until recently.
It is in fact a Fire Emblem reference. That is correct.
Yes. It is a Fire Emblem reference. But welcome to the PokeOpinion. Puckle, of course, standing for the Pokemon Underground Champions League, a nonsensical name we came up with in 2007, where we talk everything Pokemon, from the trading card game to the video game to everything in between. And yeah, I guess
years
in between. So I figured I'd ask you guys, what's up? How you doing? What we feeling?
Playing lots of Pocket, for sure.
Okay.
I understand. It's becoming a real game now. I'll give it that.
It definitely is. Having this past set, they finally introduced rare candies. So
Rare Candy and Oricorio. Both are great additions to the game.
I think it's
100%.
wild that Rare Candy was added and it's like a real TCG card.
Right? I thought they'd weaken it or something, but no.
Yeah,
they
no,
just gave it to 'em.
it's exactly like the IRL TCG card, Rare Candy, where you play it and you can evolve something from basic to stage 2. Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's good. And yeah, the decks that you can now build in that game are a lot of fun. So if you guys haven't been able to jump in Pocket, everyone listening, go ahead and do so. It's a legit good game now.
What deck are you playing, by the way?
Nice. What was that?
What
deck
are you playing?
Oh, what deck I have not been playing? The new Soul Galeo one is pretty cool. It's super fast.
Nice.
I am playing my favorite is the fossils, because let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If there's one thing Pocket did for the TCG is that they made fossils good.
You love your Rampardos. That is
I love my Rampardos. I love every variation of fossil game, a fossil deck that there is currently in the game. They are so much fun, and the reason I don't know if we'll have time to get into it, but this is why. So the game, there is no mulligan in Pocket for those that don't play it at home. There's no mulligan, right? So you will always draw your first hand. You will have your basic, whatever basic you have in your decks, you will have at least one in your first hand. Because of this, of that rule, you can abuse fossils real good, because you can place just one basic in your deck, one or two, because since fossils don't count as basics, they count as trainer cards. You will always match up with the card that you want at first to set up, and it allows you to just set up your fossils real quick if you're able to set up how you like it. And let me tell you, it's just beautiful. Love it. There's a lot of ways that, because the game plays in a different way than the normal TCG, you can use those new rules to your advantage, and it makes a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I picked up the Magnezone Oricorio deck, which
Nice.
I then
have
stopped
that one
playing
too.
because, like, at the bottom ladder, no one's playing an only EX deck, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
I switched to the Giratina Snorlax Greninja deck because it
That
has
one's
Greninja
good.
in it.
Greninja's
And
the only deck anything with Greninja I haven't been able to make because I'm missing one Greninja. I only have one.
I had a bunch of the promo ones, so I got to bling them out too, since you can't trade them.
No.
So I didn't pull very many regular.
Yeah, no, I
Tuesdays,
missed that.
but I got the promo
whatsoever.
one.
Yeah.
When it was around the first time, so I'm
But
like,
yeah,
I can play Greninja again after the Radiant one rotated out of the real TCG. Like, yes, please.
Yeah, it really has come into its own pocket, and I'm really happy.
Yeah, it feels like a real game, and I wouldn't be shocked if maybe next year they pick it up for Worlds or something. I don't know.
I
That
wouldn't
would
be
be great,
surprised.
yeah.
I though with like the rare candy move, I think it's a very much. I feel like it's telegraphed almost to be a gateway to the real TCG. To be like, hey, here's a real card. You could just buy a rare candy and play the game.
Maybe, but they have so much success right now with their physical card that I don't think Pocket.
That's true.
We don't need to sell more cards right now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
In fact, they might want to steer away from that because hey, it's digital, no real cards here, and you still spend money. So,
I do think
you might
the
be right, yeah.
TCG is at a point right now where things need to calm down. Granted, like if you're just a player of Pokemon, I was explaining this to somebody today at work that playing Pokemon isn't like playing the Pokemon TCG isn't as bad as you would think. Like you can still play it for the same price that you would ever play the Pokemon TCG. Like
Yeah, it's still like a $50 deck.
Yeah, it's still
right?
a $50 deck. It's just that you can't buy a product and have like bulk on shelf
Right.
yourself. That's it. Like I can't, which I do find is kind of a bummer because occasionally what will happen is in like a set or two, something from Journey Together might find use. Like an uncommon from Journey Together is going to be
And having
popular.
bulk
Right.
would be nice.
Yeah, and if I had bulk, I would be like, oh, I already have a play set. You know, I don't need to go down to the local game store and go buy it as a single, which is the biggest problem, especially for like Pokemon, because like right now I'm playing both Pokemon and Magic, and I'll go in with a Magic list, and the Magic list will cost me, you know, somewhere around like $70 or something because it's Magic.
That's surprisingly cheap, but you know.
Yeah, it depends on the
Magic,
cards, right?
yeah.
Like I'm not buying Shocklands or something stupid, but like, and then I'll go with my Pokemon list with the same number of cards, and I'll be like, yeah, that's going to be like $15, and because I don't need anything expensive. Like I'm looking for Blaziken EXs, right? These are like $2. Please just give me like the Blaziken EX that I need. I don't need anything other than that. And I really dislike having to drive all the way to the local game store to pick up $15 in cards
Right.
I mean,
rather than like
one thing with the
$75
decks
in
right
cards.
now is that like 20% of it's Pheasantipity as well, which somehow didn't come down after the deck printing, and that baffles me.
To be fair, I haven't seen that deck around a lot either because I think Scalpers figures that out as well. That the deck was worth something because I've seen it in stores.
I mean, the
like
deck
maybe
was
once or
playable out of the
twice.
box, essentially.
Yeah, that is true. But I haven't seen that deck much outside of like the release day when it came out in stores. Just because I don't know, I really do feel like the scalpers haven't quite figured out what's actually valuable versus like what is valuable yet.
I mean, hopefully they don't touch the black and white sets. That's all I care about right now.
No, they will.
I want to get those.
No, it's too bad, Sigma.
No, they
You're
should.
done.
They need to realize that there is a very large gap between Charizard fans and Tepig fans.
Yeah, but there's
really
more
is
than
not a
Tepig in there. Sigma, I think the problem is you're also undervaluing the fact that we're in our 30s and we have a different set of Pokemon that we like versus what the youth like. And these youth are starting to have expendable income.
I don't think there are that many black and white Pokemon that are as popular as the many other Pokemon that are in like the top 10.
The number
That's
of people
kind of
that
where I'm
say Unova confirmed on Twitter is very high.
Is it as high
but
as the Hoenn confirmed
it's
people?
Twitter.
Well, no, but Twitter's dying. So like the fact that any of them are there
Unova is my favorite
surprising.
region, but I recognize that it is lacking certain things. there are insufficiencies that the region has.
I don't disagree with you. I don't think that the people whose first game was black and white would also agree with you.
Yeah, I would just say that I don't trust internet audience scores or reviews or people commenting ever since the internet tried to convince me that Batman vs Superman was a good movie.
Nobody tried to convince
nobody
you of
tried to
that.
Okay.
Nobody tried.
No.
Nobody
Dude,
tried to
people
convince
tried
you
to
that
say
was a
the
good movie.
Snyder Cut was good.
Do not gaslight me. I remember this, Snyder Cut fans. I
The Snyder
remember
Cut fans
that.
did
Do
exist.
not gaslight
They
me.
existed. I'll give him that. The original
You went
movie.
to Rotten Tomatoes and you had that audience score for freaking Batman vs Superman over like 80-90% in the audience, while the critic score was all like 30%, and people are like, the critics are mad. The critics are saying things they're not right. And no, the critics were right. It's a trash movie. I don't know what happened to Rotten Tomatoes audience.
You are
but
correct.
No.
The Snyder Cut had way too much investment in it from people.
Yeah.
And I don't
Too much.
understand why.
Same with this the Watong monkey game that came out last year or early this year, Black Myth, whatever. Oh my god, the hype for that game online was just ridiculous. And I'm like, it's fine. It's a decent slash game, hack and slash.
I think
ain't as great as people say it is.
I think with many things in the world, at this point especially, because there's so many people with a lot of megaphones, you just kind of got to do your own thing. You just got to do your own thing.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
It's what I've
I do
always
my own
done.
investigation.
But
Or
people
there's
always wants to
certain
fight
people
me
I
about
trust.
it with internet opinions.
Yeah, I don't.
There are
I
certain
don't
individuals I trust, but
It's
I
like
don't trust
what
general
I assume is a bullet point in the next segment, but Sigma's the one that put it together. But in the next segment, we'll talk about we'll probably talk about like the Scarlet and Violet like updates for Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
that is in there. Yes, you are correct.
I am like I am not like. For me, I'm sitting here like, yeah, I'm just gonna wait till I get a Switch 2 and then I'll stream it for everybody so everybody can see it. Because I don't know. When Scarlet and Violet first came out, we saw in the trailer like there were definitely performance issues with like the Sunflora scene specifically.
You got to play a new game so you can watch the Sunflora in the new settings.
I absolutely will actually. I will play an updated version of those games just to see. But I am also like when Joe Merrick played the game early. Joe Merrick was also one of those people who said, "Oh no, it's not as bad as it looked in that trailer. It's fine." And I think we can all say it was not fine, right? Like, like we can all say that, right? Like we can all agree that the Sunflora was not fine.
I had a few crashes.
No, absolutely.
My number one test for this game, by the way, like when I play the updated version on Switch 2 in a few weeks, is does the windmill move at more than like 1 frame per second? Like if I'm far enough away, does the windmill move like a windmill? Or is it just going to go click, 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 click? I want to know. That's my number one thing.
Yeah, well, let's see. All I know is don't worry about it, and just let's wait and see.
Yeah, absolutely. But okay. Well, I spoiled that a little bit early. And sorry, Jushiro took your thunder, Sigma. Hopefully you've also been playing TCG Pocket.
What? No, I agreed. That's what I was going to talk about too. Okay. I haven't been touching the real TCG. I don't like playing against Raging Bolt. That's a miserable experience.
Tell me about it.
Right.
What do you do against it? It hits for too much every turn.
That's the great thing about Pocket 2. And I hope we don't get to it. It will. I think it's unavoidable. Any game that runs too long, but at least HPs and damages are decent and make sense.
I think the HP problem will be fine in Pokemon Pocket for a number of reasons. One, the weakness versus resistance is fixed-ish.
Yeah.
It's a little better. Yeah, I like the plus 20 over the times
plus,
2. It's
the plus
and
20 over the
removing-
times 2 is good.
And removing resistance, yeah.
And on top of that, like I think in modern day Pokemon, we've hit the point where like with rotation, we probably can stabilize the HP count. And it's not as much of an issue, but I haven't seen anything go over 340 yet, which I'm okay with.
I'm concerned about I'm concerned about Megas, but we'll see.
We'll see. Well, right now the TCG is kind of like upper capped itself at 340 HP and hasn't really broken that for a little bit. We'll see with Megas if Mega Audino or something ridiculous pops that, but I'm not.
I would think it would have to be like a stage 2 Mega.
It would have to be like Mega Charizard or
like
Mega
Venusaur.
Blastoise that does it.
Venusaur has a lot of HP. Blastoise has a lot of HP, so it could be one of them.
Yeah.
If we break 340, then I'll be like, okay, there's a little bit of something there. But I don't see a world where we like break 400 for years if it does happen.
Mm-hmm. Like, I'm a little worried about like the speed of the game with Megas coming back, but we'll see. We'll see.
I'm not super worried because with EXs they've kind of been fairly balanced. In my
most
opinion.
of them, and then like the lightning fast ones, like Raging Bolt. My God,
Raging Bolt is a special case. Is certainly
it just needed a little less HP so you could actually KO it.
If it were a 210 HP, I think it would be a very solid.
If it were 220, I'd take it.
220.
It didn't need the 240.
Yeah, 240.
It's right out of range of my Archaludons.
All right. I'm going to end this Puckle TCG segment, though. And I am going to go ahead and kick us on over to the news that we have. So we're going to go ahead and cue that epic Pokeball bounce. Welcome to the news. In the news, we've got a few things to talk about. The first one being Pokemon is doing a weird museum fossil thing. I guess they did this in Japan, but they're doing a fossil thing in 2026. The problem is they always announce these like a year out, where they
it's so far away.
It's literally a year away, where they're just like, May 22nd, 2026, we're gonna have this Pokemon fossil exhibit in the Chicago Field Museum. And I'm like, okay, that's nice, I guess. I will probably
told us this in like September. That would have been cool.
Yeah, honestly, I'll remember that because I'm not like I've had multiple people text me like in real life because they know what I do. Obviously, hi Ryan, hi Mark. Oh, by the way, this is the Mark Snow 69 Pokemon Go Memorial segment. I have to say that. Okay. I was threatened. I have to say that it's done. And
blink twice if you meet me.
Exactly.
Reach out.
Exactly, but they're doing a fossil exhibit. I believe they've done this in Japan, where they show like fake Pokemon fossils alongside the regular one, or like the real fossils. And I do think it's real cute.
With the
there's actually a really cute Pikachu plush that goes with it too, which I really am amped for.
Yes.
So thank you for that, Pokemon. And then following that, we've also got the Pokemon Sword and Shield music has finally been added to Nintendo Music. So for the 5 people using that app, you can now listen to that. Isn't that
you get to listen
exciting?
to the Badoo Drop In song for when you play TCG.
It's not worth it. I like the Pokemon, like the Nintendo Music app makes no sense to me. I think if they really wanted it to be big, they should have added it to like a copyright-free library. I think that would have been much bigger.
Yep.
I mean, people use them in their videos as background music all the time anyway, and they don't
I mean, I already do it. I mean, it's already in the background music if you play the game on stream or something. So that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the thing is, most copyright claims for music don't come from Nintendo. They come from like random companies that aren't Nintendo.
Yeah.
I think Gen 5 has like one of the more popular town songs. Somebody just uploaded a video to YouTube and said, "This is mine." And now they copyright claim everyone. I think we have a copyright claim on it too. Like they claimed us.
Probably.
It's
Probably.
in our copyright disputes. It's like, you don't own this song. This isn't the. Get out of here. But YouTube's copyright system is like
Yeah,
completely
so,
flawed.
so
Like,
easily to abuse.
it's complete trash.
Yeah. All right. So I think this is you now, Sigma, right? We're on to you.
Nope, it's actually me.
Oh, yeah.
with
Jushiro.
Yep, there have been some screenshots shown on Twitter that shows the performance update on the Switch 2 that showed it's showing a significantly more increase of Pokemon spawned in the lake area in comparison to the old Switch. So
We'll see.
that upgrade
We'll see.
version might add more Pokemon. In
Something
your
I did
screen.
notice is like the Koraidon in both the has looked sharper in both. Like on the
I
Switch
noticed
2
that
version.
with the Gyarados, I think.
Yeah, it looks sharper. Like I said in the previous segment, I'm a little wary. I needed to see it myself to be like, okay, this is real. This is a big deal. Because I am genuinely concerned that this is going to be done well. And that
I don't think it'll be amazing. I think it'll just be better. It'll be what
As-
they wanted it to look like at launch, which wasn't much better than it was, but, no crashing. That would be nice.
And no crashing, and if I could play the game without throwing up at a lake, I would feel
Just a constant frame rate. That's all we ask.
Yes.
Constant.
yes.
You're
Consistent.
asking too much.
Like,
If we could stay at 30 FPS while I'm playing the game, I will call that a win.
a consistent
puddles,
frame rate is
Thatch,
always better than like
puddles.
trying for a high and fluctuating, in my opinion. But
I think the bigger news that we don't mention and a lot of other places have mentioned is that these are day one, like when the Switch 2 comes out, these are day one updates. Because my worry was like, oh, the Sword and Shield update is going to come like 2 months after the Switch 2 comes out.
Nah,
And that's not what's happening. So that's very good.
that is very good.
I look forward to returning to speedrunning that game. I stopped when I heard they were updating it. It's like, oh, so there's no reason because it's going to run better now. Okay, I can hold off until I get a Switch 2, whenever that is.
Well, yeah,
by the end of
whenever
the year,
that is
probably, but
indeed.
yeah.
I'm so
Okay.
sorry. It's such a nightmare if you didn't get in on the drop. I feel so bad for everybody.
I didn't even.
I just
try.
didn't want to deal with bots and FOMO. I've done it enough with TCG. I'm just done. I'm like,
Yep.
I want to be able to just get it.
Yeah.
I want it, but I'm not rushing because.
Yeah, I remember getting
don't
Switch at
want to
launch,
go
and Breath
through
of the
the
Wild was
hassle.
really good. But
Breath
after
of the
Breath of
Wild
the
was
Wild, I
worth it.
convinced.
Plus, they
after-
probably
after-
remember. Go ahead.
I was going to say I convinced myself to buy ARMS, and that was
I'm so
not worth
sorry.
it.
Many of us did.
There were no games. What were you supposed to do?
And that's
to
the
be
thing.
fair,
And
to
don't
be
you
fair,
remember
I
when we
think-
were hunting SKUs at some point one year? We were hunting SKUs. Make sure that your Switch is over this SKU number and not under this SKU number, because the new SKUs are the ones that have this whatever it was fix they had that the original Switch didn't have. Which
Apparently the new TOS lets them brick your system if you try to hack into it.
Yeah. No, they
That's
had-
news that's not here.
It is really interesting, the new TOS, as well as like
yeah, fascism now in your game console.
I didn't say it. Okay, moving on. We've got this next piece of news, Jushiro.
Yes. The next one is in Japan National Championships. Next month, we'll be giving away the World Champions
Not Japan.
Among Us.
Oh wait, did I? Oh,
No, there's Japan too.
Okay.
Japan too.
I'm so sorry.
National
Keep going.
NAIC next month, we'll be giving away the Wolf Clicks Incineroar.
Woo!
So
wow.
that's going to be fun for those who want them.
The meme is real.
Let's,
The meme is real. There's even timed go research for NAIC with Mandibuzz. What
They
is
always
happening?
do it for these kind of things. It's
I don't
kind of
like
useless
this.
because it doesn't have the stats for Go, so it doesn't really matter. They have
Okay.
event stats where it's all like 10 plus in stats, and whereas you want like 0 attack or 1 attack usually on a competitive Pokemon.
Not fun.
So it's-
Not fun.
Yeah, I never touch them because they're not worth it. But people like the little TMs, I guess.
Sure. All right. What do you got, Sigma? You got some stuff.
All right,
Pokemon
we got a bunch of Go stuff. We can go through that relatively quickly.
Maybe.
I mean, it's Go stuff. I don't. So the final strike event runs the 21st to the 27th and finally lets you evolve your Urshifu.
Thank God.
Evolving your Urshifu will require 200 candies.
That's so
and
many.
defeating either 30 water or dark Pokemon in max raids or max battle. Or in raids or max battles. You can do
this.
either. Odds are you're probably getting a water Urshifu if you're lazy, because water starters are in the raids. Whereas I don't actually know if there's a dark Pokemon in max raid battles.
I don't know.
I can't think of one. So
there has to be. There has to be one. Let me.
There might not be. There's not that big of a pool yet.
Yeah.
Anyway. We also have Gmax Machamp battles that are happening on Sunday, which you can use the remote raid should be live for that, so it's actually doable for people if you're in a remote area. And they added RSVPs to raids now, which is big for us. If you're part of the Discord and do the Wednesday raids with Tank, we'll be using that now. It lets you set up raids beforehand and say, hey, we're doing it at this time. You can get everyone invited and in there.
By the way, you are actually correct about the Pokemon
lack of dark Pokemon.
Oh, wait, there is a Sableye. Sableye is available.
I have never seen a Sableye.
It is available starting...
I don't think there's a fairy Pokemon yet either.
Sableye isn't available until May 19th.
Okay, so it starts with right before the event, right?
Yep.
Okay. But, yeah, odds are you're getting water if you just want to evolve Urshifu and not think about it. But, yeah, there's the RSVP system that they added. It's neat. You can set it up once a raid spawns an egg, I believe. So, that's cool. Next up, TCG news. The Marnie and Steven decks are now available. You can play with them on TCG Live. Grimmsnarl Marnie deck is supposedly pretty good.
Okay.
And one of the answers to it is Shaman in the next set, which is not out yet. Though the cards in it count from the next set, so they aren't legal until NAIC. So, in paper anyway. And then we also have the store promos for Destined Rivals. If you spend like $15 at a store, you get the promo. You get Team Rocket's Zapdos at GameStop, or you get Team Rocket's Articuno at Best Buy. GameStop has an ugly stamp that says GameStop, and
it does say GameStop, and everybody will know where you shopped.
Yes, whereas Best Buy just has the set logo on it, which is much classier.
Everybody will know you shopped at GameStop.
Yes, you were at GameStop.
You were there. You messed up.
I mean, maybe it's the only place you could get product. I don't know.
Maybe
it's a rough world out there.
Pokemon product just doesn't exist. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. But yeah, that's the news. But in Puckle news, we've also got Puckle Badge Bonanza is a XY Nuzlocke until the end of the month. So get excited. And then watch out. I guess this is episode like 697. Am I right? I think that's how many episodes we're on.
I believe so, yes.
So watch out for episode 700 things. We're probably going to try to do a live episode. So we'll keep you guys posted on like timing and stuff like that. I believe Whimsicott's already signed up. So it looks like it's probably going to be a Saturday morning thing that week. Yeah. So because there's just time constraints with time zones, it turns out.
Yes.
Unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and kick it on over then with this to our Poke Quiz, where we're going to quiz your co-host on their insane Pokemon knowledge.
Well, hi, and welcome to the Poke Quiz, the part of the show where we quiz our co-hosts on their insane Pokemon knowledge. I'm Mark from the Dunsparce Gang, here to explain the rules. Our fabulous co-hosts will work as a team to answer 5 Pokemon-themed trivia questions that fans have submitted on the Discord server. Each question is worth 1 point, with Pokedex and multiple answer questions worth more, for a total of 7 points. The host can use a free hint at any time. If they get all the answers correct and do not use the hint, they can cash it in for an 8th point.
Welcome to our Poke Quiz. We're going to jump right into it. Remember, you can always submit questions over at our Discord at puclpodcast.com. And yeah, that's where all these questions come from. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into it. Our first question this week is going to be our general trivia question, as always. And it's going to be from Reptile on the Discord server.
Ooh.
Okay.
Toasty.
Active user.
This is one of the
see them
longest
all the
questions. This is one of the longest questions I've ever had to read, by the way.
Oh no, it's going to be like a 2-letter answer.
Oh my. Let's go.
In the Alola games, certain Pokemon can high-five the trainer in Pokemon Refresh if they're at a certain threshold of affection. This includes all of the base form first partner Pokemon, so starter Pokemon, but none of their evolutions, with one exception. Who is that Pokemon?
In Alola?
It doesn't have to be an Alola. It's just any of the starter Pokemon in general.
So any starter that's not going to give you a high five.
Yeah.
Who's the mean
evolutions?
starter?
Evolutions, not just the base forms. All the base forms do it, but not all of the evolutions do it. Only one of the evolutions. And this includes mid-stage evolutions.
So we're going from 7 times 9. 7 times 9 is what we're picking from.
Well, 7 all the way back to 1. So like you've got.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's 9 starters in each generation, and there's
but you get to
generations.
subtract 3 of them because the base forms are there. We want just the evolutions.
Oh, okay.
So it's 6
so
times
we're
7.
going from
So
6.
so you're at 42. You're at 42 different choices.
Okay. We have 42 options. One of them is correct.
One of them is
like these
correct.
Okay, and it's just one?
Yeah. Now tell me why it's Ivysaur.
So here's the thing.
I knocked you down to 41. I knocked you down to 41 there.
My psychology tells me it's Charizard because Charizard just does everything.
It's this Pokemon.
No, it's the one who doesn't.
No,
Who's the emo? We're looking for. We're looking for the hateful one.
One of them high fives you. Out of
one of them
those,
does high five us.
One of them
Right, because
does
the only
high
ones,
five you.
what I understood from the question is that the basics all high five you. The evolutions don't, with the exception of one.
Yes.
One
and we want to
does.
know which one that is.
You know what mid-stage gets above everyone else?
Who?
It's Braixen. It's always Braixen.
Oh.
Think Braixen high fives you?
I would be guessing in this question.
I mean, it's a tab in the dark. I'm
Guys,
gonna go
I'm
with
so
Braixen
sorry.
because
These are all very hard to do.
Yeah, no, it's fine. If you think it's Braixen, I will.
I got nothing else.
Because mine would be Charizard behind the logic that just Charizard gets everything.
I mean, it is a ride Pokemon.
Yeah, but Charizard always involved in whatever new gimmick there is. Charizard's right there being like,
I don't
I'm
think
here.
Charizard's a high fiver.
True, that's true. Yeah, I
Charizard
would go
doesn't
with
high
Braixen
five. It
if you
just
think
demands
that's...
attention. Okay.
Oh, so it's
It just gets the attention anyway. It doesn't need that.
You said that. I didn't say that. You said that, Jushiro.
I did. But
Okay,
I'm okay with stabbing in the dark.
Yeah, breaks. I'm okay with Braixen as a stab in the dark. Yeah.
Braixen is unfortunately incorrect. The answer, very close though, is Pignite. It's Pignite.
Never in 100 years.
I would have never gotten
that.
it.
Never.
I
know.
Never.
Nobody
He
would've.
would have been my.
Nobody.
How many did we discuss that there were? 41. That would have been my 41st guess.
It would have been my 39th. It's better than Quilladin. It's better than Quilladin.
You think Venusaur would have high fived you before Pignite?
I could see them smacking you with a vine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right.
Moving on.
I see it.
Moving on.
Your next question is a general trivia question as well. This one is from Liger, the trivia master himself. In Generation 8, which type had all of its newly introduced Pokemon, excluding regionals, gain a G-Max form?
Go at it again. Repeat the question.
In Generation 8, which type had all of its newly introduced Pokemon, excluding any regional forms, gain a G-Max form? So
All right.
every fire type from this generation got a Gmax form, or the line at least got a Gmax form.
All right, so we can rule out water, electric, ice, and dragon.
Okay.
We can rule out ghost. Honestly, it might be ground. Because is there more ground type Pokemon than Sandaconda?
Then what? Say that again, Sigma.
I said, is there more ground type Pokemon introduced in Galar than Sandaconda?
Oh, then Sandy Conda.
I do not recall, honestly.
I mean, there's Runerigus, but I guess Runerigus is a new Pokemon. It doesn't count as a
would be
regional,
count
right?
as a Gen 8. That would count as a Gen 8, not a
Okay.
regional. Yeah.
Okay. Fairy is a possibility because there were 2 Gmax fairies. Except Zacian doesn't have one, so it's out.
That would count for Steel then too, right?
Yep.
Could it be dragon? Oh, you said
No.
dragon.
Regidrago and all the fossils. I just ruled out all the
and
fossil typings
Dragapult.
immediately.
And Dragapult. Like,
Yeah, Dragapult's out.
Right.
So, Bug? Are there more than 2 bugs?
Hydro
Because
get
both the bugs got
Oh wait,
Gmax
it's new
forms.
introduced Pokemon in that generation. You mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Were there new bug? Were there more than 2 new bugs?
In Gen 8.
In Gen 8.
I want to say yes, but I can't confirm that.
Because I'm on the bug train right now.
I don't want to
Because
give it. I don't
Orbeetle-
want to say it. I already thought about the answer to disqualify, but I can't tell you.
Oh well, you told us that there's
Well,
something
thank
that
you.
is kind of
All
yeah,
right.
thank you. So
Okay,
that's fine.
Frostmoth
So not
exists,
bug.
guys. Frostmoth exists.
That is true.
Snom,
Thank
he's
you.
just a
We
small
definitely
guy.
have forgotten about Frostmoth.
It's not rock.
cute,
It's not
adorable, it's a great
fighting.
Pokemon, not really.
We could
Oh
go
my god!
through.
Then what can it be? It's not dark.
How many fire types were there?
In Gen 8.
In Gen 8. Or water
It
types.
could be
fire
fire.
types or water types.
Fire. It could be fire.
Fire has Centiskorch.
Centiskorch.
And
It has the
starter has one.
The starter has
Cinderace
one,
has one.
and Charizard has one, and
Charizard doesn't matter. I mean, Charizard does have one.
Charizard
Charizard's
doesn't count.
in every
Right,
end.
right.
Charizard wasn't
well-
introduced in Gen 8, Jushiro.
He is
Shoved down
Leon's
our
ace. He
throat
is a
for
Gen 8
for 30
Pokemon.
years, okay?
he gets everything.
He is Leon's ace. That is a Gen 8 Pokemon.
That's a Generation 8 travesty, by the way. Okay?
But yeah, is there another fire type?
that I can recall? Other than
I'm trying to think
Centipede?
fire and water right now.
No,
Because both
water,
have
I
starters,
feel-
so they're
No,
set.
Gallisipod is a Alolan.
Gallispot is
It's
a
not
low.
Gen 8. Yeah. What water
I can think of an
type,
answer
I think?
to that which disqualifies it. But God,
Oh yeah, we have
I-
fossils. We have fossils. Fossils are out.
Barraskewda
fire.
as well. Don't.
Then
don't
it has
forget
to be
this.
fire. It's the one that we haven't been able. Yeah, we haven't been able to. Which is ironic because that's the one that Thatch is an example. Fire.
Unless no dark.
I
maybe?
needed an answer here, guys. I needed
No, Obstagoon exists.
Normal.
Not normal. Double exists.
I don't know. Fire.
Are we locking in
Do you-
fire?
Are we logging fire?
I guess.
I can't think of anything else. Psychic? No. Wait.
Fire is correct. Good job, guys.
Oh, there
you
it
locked that
is.
in.
There we
You
go.
locked it in.
Cool. Yeah, we locked that in. Yep.
You definitely did. You guys are one. You guys
We
are
sure
one
did.
for two. You guys
We
are one
weren't
for two
second
here.
guessing at all.
All right. Pokedex entry question. That's your third question, as always. This is a Friday night recording. This is what happens, guys. I apologize.
We're all under the influence of good moo moo milk.
Of good times. All right. This question is from Maman. And this question is from Pokemon Y, or this first entry is from Pokemon Y version.
Okay.
With quick movements, it chases down its foes, attacking relentlessly with its horns until it prevails. Who's that Pokemon?
Fast and horns. Fast horns. Kalos.
Fast horn cat. Buffalont?
That's not fast.
Well, what the Pokedex considers fast and what is actually fast in stats does not always correlate.
This is true. Vikavolt is technically fast in the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Vikavolt is technically fast. It's a railgun.
The Pokedex, the Pokedex likes to call things fast
Pokedex
when
tells
they're
me
not really
Vikavolt
fast.
is fast.
Yeah.
I don't believe it, but it says it, so it has to be true, right?
Right. So
With
horns,
quick movements,
fast,
it chases down its
quick
foes,
movements,
attacking relentlessly with its horns
attacking
until it
with
prevails.
its horn. Yeah,
It's
and
something
it's,
violent. Jeez.
And it's Gen 5, we said it was, right?
Gen 6 or before.
Gen 6. Oh, Buffalon.
It's from
I don't
Pokemon
remember if
Y.
Scolipede was there.
Huh?
Scolipede? It
What's
has
Scolipede?
horns. It has prey.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't know centipedes by their horns, but by their pincers. So
I guess that's true.
doesn't make sense. This is how I always approach, because I will never remember these Pokedex, so I go by the logic.
Like, I don't think Tauros has
What-
prey.
Give me an answer here, guys, that you're going to go for before we move on to the next entry.
What do you
are we
want to
gonna
say?
go with?
I don't. You pick something.
Taurus.
Tauros. Okay, you guys get a chance to change your answer behind board number 2. With the second entry from a man. This is from Pokemon Shield.
Let's go.
This Pokemon engages in fierce territorial battles with Centiskorch. At the end of one of
It's
these battles,
Scolipede! It's
the
Scolipede!
victor
Yeah.
makes a meal of the loser.
Yeah,
It's Scolipede!
yeah, you
Is
were right.
Scolipede the
You're
answer
right.
you're going with?
You're right.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember this rivalry.
Scolipede is correct. You guys get 1 point for that because you had to change your answer, but that is correct.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
Scolipede.
Hey, you know, when you're right,
That's
when you're right.
reasonable.
It is Scolipede. You guys are 2 for 3. So this next question is worth 3 points for you. There are 9 answers. So for every 3 answers you give me, you'll get a point. And I think this is a question even Jushiro can answer.
I take that personally.
No, you
I've
don't.
been
I take it personally.
No, you
too.
don't.
You're doing great with the trivia scores.
No, you don't, Jushiro.
It's true too.
This is from Bowling for Bear.
I don't know why that was so funny. Okay, continue on.
There are 9 answers to this question. What are the 9 attacks with the word water in them?
Oh, this is fun. Okay. Water.
There
gun,
are
number
9.
one.
Would
Nine,
you
okay.
lock
Water
them? You do
gun.
have to lock them all in. You do have to lock them all in.
Okay, so we're locking out water gun. We're locking
Water
out
gun is
water
correct.
pulse.
Water gun is 1. What is
Water
the second one you
pulse.
said?
Water pulse.
Pulse.
Water pulse. That is 2.
Waterfall.
Waterfall is 3.
Waterfall
That's your
works
first
too,
point.
yeah.
That's your first point.
All right.
Water gun, water pulse, water gun, or waterfall. Yeah.
What else with water? This is just moves, not abilities, right?
This just moves. Just the moves.
Just the moves.
There are 9 with the
water
word
spout?
water.
Water spout?
Water spout is correct. Yeah, that's one of them.
I was about to ask about signature attacks, and that's almost one. Almost. Very close.
If it says water in it,
what
it
else?
counts.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's close to being a signature move because
Yeah,
Wailord
yeah.
exists and Kyogre.
Water spout?
There's no water claw. There's
Water
no...
Shuriken! Let's go.
Water
Water
shuriken.
shuriken. Yeah, that's
There we
number
go.
5.
That's 5.
What other there's no water beam. There's no.
Water beam.
You gotta go through the possibilities.
Water beam.
Water sport! Water sport!
Water
It's not a move
sport.
anymore, but it was at one time!
It was. That counts. That's 6. That's 6.
2
It's,
points. So we
it's the
3
move
more.
you're always happy to see in a randomizer until you realize that it's an R and not a U.
So what else? What else do we have? Water claw, water slash, water. I'm just going through these names
no.
to see if it triggers something.
The annoying thing is a lot of them are like aqua instead of water. Like aqua blade.
Right. Or bubble beam.
Or aqua cutter, I'm sorry, not blade.
Yeah. So what else? Ooh, no,
Aqua
I was gonna
blade.
say splash, but I'm like, wait, it doesn't have water in it.
That's a good Naruto.
It's not even water. It's not even water type. What else? We can do this. We can get all 3 points.
You're at 2 points.
Aren't
You're at
any-
2 points. You're missing 3.
We're at 2.
Yeah.
Like we're doing okay.
We're doing
Yeah,
pretty good.
so-
I accidentally went the wrong way on the PowerPoint. There we go.
So what do you think, R Sigma?
Oh, chilling water.
Chilling water is correct. That is one of them.
Ooh, that's one I didn't remember at all. So it's good to know.
I was just staring, and I'm like, wait, it's coming to me. It's a very common raid move.
Yeah.
You're missing 2.
Water ring. Wait, isn't there a water ring? We already said that one?
No, that's Aqua Ring. That's what I said.
Aqua ring. Yeah.
There are 2. I don't want to give hints because you didn't cash in.
No, don't give hints.
Hint.
We can do this.
Well, you guys have a
we can
hint
do this.
that you can't cash in anymore. But
Right.
Like, what is Inteleon's signature move? Is it Aqua Snipe or Water Snipe?
Is it
I think
something
it's
snipe, but it's not water snipe?
like Quackwabble's not Water Step, right? It's Aqua Step.
Yeah. It's
you guys want the hints? Do you guys want the hints yet?
yes.
Probably, yeah. It doesn't matter. It's a point either way.
Yeah. Well, you can't cash it in anymore anyway because you got a question.
Well,
right.
no, that's what I'm saying. We either use it here or use it on the stats. It doesn't really matter.
You'll
which
get
one,
the next one
if it's going to
probably.
net a point, right?
So one of these moves is a big move in VGC, specifically on like Gastrodon. This happens. Another one is a move that is exclusive to only water type starter Pokemon that sometimes mixes with
so Water
like,
Pledge. Okay.
Water Pledge
Water
is correct.
Pledge,
That is 8. There's one more.
Water-
Wow, it's a good
How dare
one.
you? How dare you not talk about Silvally, everyone's favorite water starter
Oh
Pokemon?
my gosh, nobody cares about Silvally. Except for Seth. He's not here today though.
So we only need missing one, right? And
Yeah,
he
the one
said
that is used by Gastrodon a lot in VGC.
Gastrodon. in
It could reduce your
VGC.
accuracy maybe sometimes, and that's annoying when that happens.
Muddy Waters.
Muddy!
Muddy
Yeah.
water. There we go.
Hey!
That's all 3 points.
It was a
So you
starter
gu's-
signature move.
Now
many
that was
points
a
are you
fun
at?
question.
You're at 5. 5. There we go. 5 for
Yep.
4. There we go. Good for me. I remembered how many points
It
you
was
had.
Swampert's signature move.
Yeah, so chilling water, muddy water, water gun, water pledge, water pulse, water shuriken, water sport, water spout, and waterfall are the answers. So if you want to use those as your Pokemon themed trivia that you're running for some reason, you can use that. With that, guys, we're going to kick it on over to our last question, which is your base stat question, as always. And this question is going to come to you from I don't know who. Liger didn't finish filling out the sheet. And so it's probably Liger. But which Pokemon with Levitate has the highest base HP?
Okay. So I'm leaning towards Cresselia or Giratina Origin Form. But I don't know that for sure.
Yeah, I honestly can't really help you because the only Pokemon that comes into my brain when I think about Levitate is Electros, and that's not good.
It's not even Flygon?
Not even Flygon.
How dare you?
I
Wow.
have to.
I will tell you
have
Flygon is not the answer. Do not answer Flygon.
Monster.
I did not finish BDP. BDP. So I need to get back to that.
Flygon's a Gen
wanna
3
be-
Pokemon. What?
Wow.
You don't have to go to the desert. It's like Skarmory.
All I'm here is you sure is like, I didn't play BDSP. Why would I know about Flygon? And it's just
Right,
like, what?
Wait. It's not even in the decks, though. Wait.
No,
what?
it's not.
Oh, no.
It's not.
Sorry, okay? I keep forgetting where Pokemon's are. Yeah, I'm reaching an age where they're just mushing together, okay? And I'm sorry.
There's just so many of them. There's 1,025 of them. There's too many.
And I'm old,
It's
right?
okay.
So
Oh,
I
we were-
forget
we
a
were
lot
play-
of these levitators.
I made a lot of people this week on stream very self-conscious about their age when I asked them what the national dex number for Dustox was this week. Because I was putting art up for the stream when we caught a Dustox for the Nuzlocke.
I feel like it's
and-
got to be 270 something, right?
It's 269. And they were just
Close
like,
enough.
there's no way that Gen 3 is 269. That makes no sense. Gen 3's new. And I'm like, no, keep thinking, guys. Keep thinking. And they're just like, oh my gosh, Gen 3 is that early in the Pokedex? they all had this moment together. And I was just like, yeah, we're old, guys. We're old.
Yep. It goes up to 386.
Yes,
386.
it only goes up to 386. That's the big thing. It only goes up to 386.
It's okay.
Oh my, okay.
I use the Cradily number of 346 is like a lot. So
So the question was levitate. Sorry. And
who's
who has the
floating with the high
highest
HP?
Yeah,
My
who's
number in
floating with
Sword
the
and Shield
highest
was
HP?
156, so let the audience at home figure that one out.
I'm leaning Crass, but I don't know. I
Grass?
don't really care if we get it right or not. I want to
You
move to the
mean
top.
Catcher? No, not catcher.
I do want to
Because I think I feel like
levitate.
Giratina's
Cacturn does
HP
not have
drops.
levitate. You're wrong, Jushiro.
It doesn't. No, wait. Who's
he
the Carvine?
used up all his-
Carvine is the one that I meant. See, they were mentioned together.
Jushiro,
Two
you're
Catchers.
hurting me.
Probably.
I thought we were friends, Jushiro. Why did I let you on the show?
I have moo milk in me.
You also
not
have
focus.
Personality. That's the answer. But
Focus mode ended once we got through the water quest.
Right.
yeah, he's no longer
Yeah.
with us. It's fine.
Yeah, I got muddy water.
we had
I got at least 3 muddy waters on me.
We had
My accuracy
four
is
good questions.
bad.
We had 4 good questions. We couldn't get number 5. I'm okay with just saying Crest and getting it wrong.
It's just levitate. They removed Gengar. My boy doesn't have levitate anymore. Why
He
would
didn't
I
have
say
HP
her?
So
anyway,
what
it
are your
didn't
choices? Are you going Crest or Giratina? What were you going with?
What were
I
we
feel
doing,
like
yeah?
it's Crest because I think Giratina loses its HP when it goes into its form.
Origin?
I don't know
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah.
Are you
I know it
ready?
has a lot of HP though.
Are you ready
It
for me
might
to
be
reveal?
Giratina. You know what? We'll go Giratina. We'll go Giratina.
Giratina? You're gonna go Giratina?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
we'll do Giratina.
The answer is Giratina origin form.
I was debating on whether it lost defense or if it lost HP when it changed forms.
It has
sure.
a base 150. Second place is Cresselia at 120,
Oh, nice.
followed by
so we have the top two.
Hydreigon at 92.
Wasn't
and
on
then-
my
Remember
radar.
that
All
happened.
right.
And then the only top 5 that these Pokemon would ever be in, Solrock and Lunatone at base 90. So yes,
Oh, poor.
They try so hard. They're trying so
They
hard.
didn't
they-
even do anything with them on Sun and Moon.
of all of the Pokemon, they are certainly 2 of them. And so we are going to go ahead and we're going to give you guys those 6 points that you earned here today. In our race to whoever's in the top 4 by the end of November, which is still 6 months away, by the way. So don't feel too comfortable in your lead. Okay.
Oh, I'm comfortable.
I'm pretty comfy.
Jushiro's like sitting back, like relaxing in a recliner right now. So
Just
currently,
put up the shades. It's fine.
yeah, currently in first place we have Claude9 with 51 points.
Very nice.
In second place we have Seth Vilo with 46 points.
Less nice.
Wait, why? Oh, never mind. Oh, in second place we actually have R Sigma with 48 points.
My partner
In
for
third
today.
place we have Seth Vilo with 46 points. In fourth place we have Jushiro with 44 points.
That's right.
In
Hit those
fifth
comments,
place,
people. I'm winning. You say Jushiro number 1. I'm going to win. this year.
Jushiro, I'm actually like really pleasantly surprised that you're in the top 4 because there's no year
I
in which
mean,
this would have ever happened.
So am I, but we're
All
not going
it
to
takes
discuss
is
that.
a monthly appearance. All it takes.
And then this is actually really surprising to me because like before I was like, oh, it's still anybody's game, but right now 5th place is Shark Finnegan with 32 points,
Wow.
That's 2 episodes.
followed up by Sublime Manic in 6th with 30, Whimsicott in 7th with 28, 8th is Linian with 23, and in 9th we have Bocephus with 18. Top 4
nice.
gets to go fight it out, duke it out in the final championship in December. For that prestigious $25 gift card to
Our Sigma,
Red
we're
Lobster.
teammates now, but I'll see you at the finals.
yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll let you win. I'll let you win.
To be fair, if you listen to any of those, if you listen to that show last year, I just end up giving everybody stuff at the end. So whoever just makes it like gets eShop gift cards. It's fine. So. All right, with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to kick it on over to our topic. Welcome to our topic. Our topic today is going to be Pokemon Legends Z to A battle royale? Question mark? Maybe.
Maybe.
So, for those of you who are unaware, this song actually stems from. Oops, I didn't even unlock this yet. There is a person in Pokemon Legends Z to A who wears a coat and it's got a Boltund on the side. And I was like, man, Boltund's not going to be in this game. We talked about this for a while.
Absolutely not.
Boltund's a terrible Pokemon. Like we all agree.
Manectric's going to be here anyway. He's got a Mega. We know he's here. We don't
all
need
agree.
another electric dog.
We all agree Boltund is a terrible Pokemon, and it's just not happening. And an idea that's come up recently is that there's this discussion between Larry and Jita in Generation 9, where Jita says, "You seem to be enjoying this business trip, Larry." And Larry goes, "Huh? Well, I suppose. It's part of my job after all." And then Jita replies, "I see. So you would happily travel anywhere as long as it was for your job." Larry goes, "What? No, that's not." And Jita goes, "As long as this is happening, we've decided to send a Paldea League representative to a competition being held in a certain region." Competition, you say, guys? Yeah, exactly. Jita then says, "I took the liberty of recommending you for the role, Larry." And Larry goes, "What did I do to deserve such a lovely boss?" This man just wants to eat his ramen. This man just wants to eat his ramen. Okay.
There's a reason Larry is the most beloved character.
The most relatable character.
It's very relatable. Yeah, right. It's very relatable. And so the idea here is this is probably very similar to like the Pokemon World Tour in Black and White now, like potentially, right? The Z to A battle, where we may see previous characters, and it would be very interesting to see if maybe we're getting very similar characters. Or we're getting a character from like each generation that pops up. I would love this because I say this every single time we bring it up, but I believe that Pokemon severely underleverages its human NPCs.
Yes.
In all of its media.
Oh my god, yes.
I absolutely believe this.
So I'm happy Scarlet and Violet was a little better at it than Galar. Galar was awful at referencing NPCs.
In which way?
But like there just wasn't old references in Galar.
No, there are not.
It was like it was separated from the rest of the world, whereas Scarlet and Violet at least had a
only
book
old
talking about
like,
the Darkest Day in Leon, right? Like that existed. And there was also the fact
feel like
Penny is the daughter of Peony, right?
Yes. Yeah, but no, that's not confirmed. That's not confirmed, but it's like hinted at.
They're going on an adventure. That's her dad's catchphrase. There is only
not
one
confirmed.
person who does
It's not
that.
confirmed. Okay. I do think it's also like really interesting with Gen 8 or I think it's very self-contained. I don't know that outside of like Kobu, like being from Hoenn, there's not like anything. Like there's just nothing. It's all its own adventure. Like even, which is what I kind of appreciated about the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, in that like we went to, they were just like, what if it was like Kanto and Johto put together as a region, right? And they made Kitakami. And then then when you go to the Blueberry Academy, you're going to Unova. I thought that was very, very well done. Also, like it was
nice to have those.
It's literally where you go in Black and White 2 to catch the shiny Haxorus. So like, good job, you know. Like it is though, right? I'm not wrong. It is exactly where you go.
I don't know. It's underwater now. Did they steal it? Did they
maybe
take the chunk of land and
they moved it down? They moved it down.
I didn't see those level 100 Magikarps there.
But I think the fun thing to do right now is to go backwards through the. I think the fun thing to do is to go backwards through the generations, and discuss what might be the NPC that we would see from each generation.
Yeah.
So I want to do this kind of like how we do our top 5 episodes, where we each go around, but probably in a faster fashion, because we're gonna have like 8 rounds of this. But what NPC do we see being in Pokemon Legends ZA from each generation to represent like the ultimate challenge, like the spectator battle, for this role, and maybe we'll get like 1 or 2 correct when the game comes out. I do believe that Larry will be there.
I believe in Larry. I think that's
Larry as
just
well.
a solid choice too. Like,
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
he wouldn't even be that high up the ladder. He would make sense for the L block. Sure.
Yes.
He's an Elite Four member, but he's not trying.
I
He's
think
not
for
trying that hard.
for Generation 8, I think the very easy answer is just Leon. Like, I think Leon is just the answer. You can't.
Charizard is there.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't see how you don't make it Leon, because Leon at least is like, you go Leon, he gets a Mega Charizard, and that is your Generation 8 or your Generation 8 representative. I don't know who you pick as better. Like, I could see an argument for like Marnie or somebody else.
I was gonna say my
So-
man brain makes me want to say Sonia or Nisa or. Any
I was
of
gonna
the
say Nessa's
waifus
pretty good.
from
Nessa
most of the
would be-
Nessa
waifus
would
from
be
that-
good.
from that
Nessa-
generation, because it had nice, or even Bia. I mean, it has so many good female characters.
I
but
just-
I
matching-
do agree with you that unfortunately, for better or for worse, Leon is the best representative
Yeah.
of that generation.
Like, if we're matching names to like what rank they'd be, then I think Nessa works, because N is like right in the middle, and that's probably where she'd be.
I don't believe in the matching the names to ranks. I don't believe that makes sense, because
I mean, we only have Zach so far. Zach, the guy who wants taxi cabs to rule the world, or whatever he is.
I
don't remember
think
what
that's
his
just like
motivations are.
I think that's just like coincidence, and we shouldn't look into it. I kind of want to ignore that, right? Like, maybe we're wrong.
Okay.
That's fine. But I kind of want to ignore the name to letter thing, only because we watch yourself rank up from like Z to Y in like the in the trailer. I do believe there's probably a mode where we like skip a few ranks or something.
I would expect us not to do 26 ranks total. That's a bit
I would
much.
expect us not to, but honestly, like, so in my heart of hearts, I want to. Because I think it would
I would
be,
expect
I think
it to
it'd
be
really
closer
cool.
to 15, 16 rounds of doing it, not 26. That seems just too monotonous.
Yeah,
Well,
I also
probably
agree
it's
with
gonna
you,
be
but
like 15 to have the credits roll, but then you can continue on to 26.
oh,
maybe I
that would
could
be
see
good.
it.
Yeah, that would you know what, Jushiro? I could see that. I do see like post game where you have to make it all the way to A or whatever.
Yeah.
And
But it stops at like J or something.
Yeah, you get to like midway or something, and you're not all the way there. I just think that's actually a very good point. But I just, for Gen 8, I think Leon makes sense. He also has Aegislash, which I think fits very well in with the region, as well as like a Sword and Shield reference, right? Like he could very easily just do that. And then maybe like you get a Mega Aegislash or something ridiculous.
Right. And this is, of course, if the real hero of Gen 8 doesn't appear, which is Ball Guy.
Oh my gosh, what if Ball Guy
Oh, you're
shows up?
right. You're right. Oh no.
Okay. I'm not gonna say you're right, but I do think that if they did it, it would be hilarious.
It would
Like,
be hilarious. If Ball
Oh
Guy's
my
the
gosh,
one that
could you
appears.
imagine if they made Ball Guy? If they put Ball Guy in this game, I would be so happy.
I wouldn't expect
would-
him to be high on the tiering, but
Yeah, but
It would-
still.
I would be so
just see him
happy
again?
if Ball Guy would is just even there. Like, what if the Pokeball shop that exists in Lumio City brings on Ball
It's
Guy
run
as
by
a
Ball
mascot?
Guy. Oh
It
my
brings on
God,
Ball
yeah.
Guy as a mascot. I'm here for this.
oh,
Yep.
This needs to happen now.
Okay, so
Oh.
Gen 7.
Gen 7 is who we're on now. Okay.
I don't hate How for this one. Hear me out.
Okay, continue.
Okay.
I don't know
Here
if I'm a big fan, but
I think
is
How
this going to
could
be a hear me out
use-
cake, as they say in TikTok?
yeah,
I think he could be redeemed. I think he could be redeemed. And I've also seen people speculate that maybe the guy from I got Vinny.
Vinny.
Vinny?
Maybe his dad. His missing father.
No,
he
that's
has
too
two
much.
fighting types in his hair.
I think Vinny is like. I think Vinny is very much like some kind of Lysander reference. Like, I still feel that in my heart of hearts. I think if we're going Gen 7, this is like a real deep cut. Let me find him. There I forget his name. Oh my gosh. I think if we're going Gen 7 though, like the answer is probably. Let me find this kid's name. Oh my gosh, I gotta find his name. He started the gym in Gen 7 and Ultra.
Oh,
Sun and Ultra
Ryuki.
Moon. Ryuki.
Ryuki is a good choice. Ryuki is a good choice.
I think Ryuki is a criminally underdeveloped character and should be the dragon type. Like, he should be in there. Like, he should be there.
Mm-hmm.
We need, like, especially if like Mega Dragonite happens or something.
I mean,
I think
there's
Ryuki
another
would be
trainer
really
for Mega
cool.
Dragonite if that finally happens.
There is, but Leon's already the L name, guys. Okay.
I mean, Larry's already the L name.
Yeah,
Jeez.
we have Larry. Yeah. But
What about
Ryuki-
Lance? Also the L name.
That's what we were.
That's what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
that's what we were talking about.
sorry.
You're correct, though. You picked up on the name, though, Jushiro. Correct.
Yay!
You got there,
This
you got
means
there.
that the general public also understood the joke. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
Ryuki, though, I think would
But
be
you
a
guys
great
are
Gen
wrong
7 pick.
because it's not Guzma, and that's wrong.
Ooh.
Guzma
It's-
would be solid. I'm not against it.
I still think
I'd be happy
Ryuki.
to see Guzma again.
And this is me choosing Guzma over my Sweeting, my forever
I wouldn't be
wife,
mad with seeing
Olivia.
Guzma. I wouldn't be mad at seeing Guzma or Ryuki. I would be mad at seeing How. But
Oh my god,
I-
yes.
I would.
I mean, the Masked Royal is a perfect
Lily.
pick.
If
too.
I see Lily,
man, the
Masked
Masked Royal though. Masked Royal would be good.
Ooh, yeah. Oh.
I mean,
That would-
Halucha's right there for him too. Like it's
Masked
right
Royal
there.
would be good. Oh my gosh, that would be so good. Actually, I am absolutely here for Masked Royal. I would love that, and just so many. I'm definitely not cuckoo-y references. Like, I would love that so much.
Yeah.
Actually, though,
That would be great.
I would be here for it. I would absolutely be here for Masked Royal.
It's hilarious because actually, as you guys might have noticed from previous podcasts, I am watching wrestling, and I swear that there is a current storyline going that is just that. That is another wrestler coming in with a mask, with a luchador mask, fighting as the luchador, and then going out, and people are like, "That's clearly this guy," and he's like, "No, that's not me. That's not me." And people are like, "That's clearly you." And then they try to harass him. He's like, "That's not me." And then suddenly you see security in the back grabbing a guy with the same mask, and you're like, "See, that wasn't me." I'm like, "But it is you." It's just hilarious.
I'm
So
here
I
for
agree. It should be that.
It should be cuckoo-y. It should be. Yeah. Okay.
No, not
let's go.
Kukui, Masked Royal.
Oh, Masked Royal.
Completely
Sorry,
different
different
characters.
people, different
Yeah,
IPs.
Different people.
What are you talking
How
about, Thatch?
How could you confuse them?
Yeah.
Man, I'm so sorry, guys. All right. What do we choose for Gen 6? I want to hear your opinions before I just do like a random off the wall answer, but
I'll let Jushiro go first. I
from
got
Gen
a good
6.
Gen 6 has a lot of, unfortunately, kind of forgettable characters.
It has a lot. It has too many characters. That's the problem.
It has a lot of them, and not that many are memorable, from my,
Yeah.
honestly, my opinion.
You're correct.
So it's kind of hard for me to say, because the only one that I would say, yes, people would remember and would be actually excited for it, other than AC, but AC is already in the game.
Or AZ's there.
Right.
Kill him.
So, and then why would Lysander would be around? Shouldn't he be behind bars if he's still alive?
He
He's
might be
not.
immortal. We don't know.
I think Lysander actually got like a pardon or something. I forget. There's
got
like
a pardon?
there's actually
I don't
lore,
remember
there's
what
actually
happens
lore about
to
this.
him. Yeah, I don't remember.
There's
what happens to
actually
him
there's
at the
actually
end.
like official lore about what happens to Lysander. I don't think
Is there? I have no clue.
Yeah,
I know
I don't
Rose
think
has
he-
a bunch of lore past post whatever
Yeah.
happened. Like he got arrested. He was doing community
Yeah.
service.
So I would say Dianta, but again, if we're gonna choose Dianta, I feel there's better characters. You know what? I'm
I
gonna
mean,
land
Deonta's
in,
like the second worst champion in the game.
right. I'm gonna land on Karina. I think
Karina.
should do it.
Good choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad choice, honestly, because of the
And if we're bringing
rollerblades.
and if we're bringing back Megas, her Mega Lucario, that's the
And
representation of Megas.
You're
right
not
there.
you're not wrong. I'm not going to be against you on that. My answer was going to be a bad one like Windstrom or something, but
No one
I-
cares about Wickstrom either.
nobody.
I think the Elite
Nobody
Four
cares.
probably shows up though. Like
They should.
they'd probably find a way to get most of them in.
Mm-hmm. I think Malva is a better one, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she has like the Team
nobody cares
Flare
about
connection.
Seabold.
She has the Team Flare
Yeah.
connection, right? Or even like Zorosic makes sense. But I don't know.
So
But yeah, go.
So my
what
pick
was
here-
your pick here, Sigma?
So, I think the jaw-dropping answer. We don't know how much time has passed for sure yet, do we?
That is true.
So, hear me out. What if we get to the high ranks and end up fighting Bonnie as one of the strongest trainers in the region?
Oh, what? Say that again. You cut out there, Sigma.
Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Oh, I like
Because we don't know how much time has passed, but
I
she's
love that
probably
the only
a strong
character art
trainer
we
at this
get in the
point.
game is just the model.
Right.
We don't even get like official like
She doesn't
anime
even
art.
have
She doesn't even have character art that like got showed in a manual or something.
But I love that.
Does she even have a
great.
TCG
Yeah.
card?
she?
That's a
So?
good question, actually. No, she doesn't. Oh, wait, no,
Because she's in the game.
No, she does have a TCG card from Forbidden Light.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from
But yeah, I
Forbidden Light.
like
didn't get
the
a Gen
idea of
6 one,
Bonnie.
though.
Yeah, of an adult Bonnie showing up, that would be great.
Like,
Yeah.
even a teenage Bonnie, I don't
Or
know
a
how much
teenage,
time has
right.
passed, but
That would be interesting.
Like, I'm expecting 10
That's a
years,
good
but-
pick. That's a good
Yeah,
pick.
that
though,
is a
Sigma.
good pick. Yeah, I rescind Karina, and I agree with our Sigma that Bonnie.
I think Coroner's going to show up
Yeah.
too. I think most people will show up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not Ramos, he's dead. But, you know.
Nobody knows who he is anyway, Sigma. All right.
I mean,
so,
Olympia's not exciting either, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Nor is Wolfric, though. I guess he has an ancestor now, so people care a little more about him.
let's move on to Gen 5 for the
Oh,
sake
now
of time.
this is gonna be hard.
This is an
My-
easy pick.
Really? 'Cause
You think it's
Gen
easy?
5 has such great
Yeah.
characters.
I
Oh, you're gonna
mean,
say
if-
N.
No, I'm going
No.
to say Emmett.
Oh,
Emmett?
Emmett?
I
Emmett.
would love that.
He has a story to tell. I want Emmett here.
Okay, what if Emmett shows up and his whole thing is, "Where's Ingo? I can't find him.
Exactly.
Where is he?"
But how would? But oh, I see what you mean. Because Ingo's in the.
Ingo traveled back in time
Ingo
in
went
the
back
last
to
Legends game.
in time for history.
Yeah.
So
What a-
Emmett should be here.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I think there's better things to do than like play on that trope.
He's also a very
I
strong
mean, it's
back.
good. It's like
That's beside
people
the point.
complaining that
Yes.
yeah, it's like people complaining that Robert Downey Jr. is the Doom. They saw that he's gonna play Doom on the movies, and people are like, "Oh, they should have hired." And I'm like, no, but it makes so much sense because the drama that comes from that, right? And I think
It's not going to happen though. This isn't going to happen.
Right.
Like
yeah.
it's too good of an idea that I don't believe Pokemon will pick it up. It's
Right.
too good of an idea. That is my
See,
answer.
the real goal here is that not only do we get Emmett, but they give him a mega colossal that's a train. That's where we're really going.
Oh, that would be silly. I think the answer would be, if I were to nominate somebody from Gen 5, like if I want a deep cut, or like if I really want something like really cool, I would love to see Marlin again. Like I think that would be like a really interesting deep cut,
Yeah.
just to be like, we haven't seen Marlin in forever. He was just like a one-off gym leader that appeared in Black and White 2. Very weird.
Right.
Give me Marlin.
Okay.
I'm here
I
for
would
that.
go more with N because of the whole, it's N. But you're right.
It's N. It's N. Well, okay, if like the name to letter rank thing is a thing, it has to be N, right? Like it just has to be for like the memes.
I mean, I could see it just because I've always thought maybe he's related to AZ, right?
You're cutting off. I didn't hear
Yeah.
what you said.
I said I thought like it feels like N could be related to AZ, so I wouldn't be against it.
I
Yeah.
think N probably isn't, only because I feel like a lot of the people who wrote the story of Black and White feel that N story is done so much that they didn't even want to include him in Black and White 2. But they did as like a fan service type thing. I just feel
Yeah.
like N story
Like, I
is
just-
done, and they're just done with it. Like N moved on, we're good.
I just remember that the Parfum Palace didn't have sculptures of Eveltal and Xerneas in the back. They
That's
had
true.
sculptures of Reshiram and Zekrom.
I
So-
still wonder how much of that was just like stories though that related to the Gen 5 story. Like in the
Like-
Pokemon World lore.
Maybe. I don't know. But it feels like maybe there's some kind of link that they could go with there. They both have like the super long hair and the bangs, so it's a possibility. I don't know.
I think it would be okay. So
They're extremely tall.
we've got some Gen 5 stuff done here. I think let's move on to Gen 4. I think Gen 4 is the next stop here.
4.
And I think they're like, you could obviously say Cynthia. I kind of want to write that one off.
Yeah.
I think Cynthia would be kind of boring. Cyrus can't happen because Cyrus is stuck in the distortion world or whatever. And if I were to choose somebody from Gen 4 that I think would be really fun, I think it would be Volkner.
Really?
Volkner was up in the ones I was considering too.
I think Volkner would be good. I'm really upset that they just swapped all the art for these people with the BDSP art, actually. I'm very upset. I'm both. There's better art.
Like, he was a board battler. It would make sense for him to go try it out.
Volkner
Something
be more
so tough.
interesting than Cynthia, other than the fact that maybe Cynthia has a
No, he's
bit more
just saying
games.
it's too obvious to say
I think Cynthia
Well,
is
because
too
if
obvious.
there's- But because it's the obvious choice, it's much like Larry in Gen 8.
I'll let you say it. I'll let you disagree with me. That's fine.
Okay.
You can say it. You can say it's Cynthia.
Because I'm.
This isn't a top 5. We just get to say our
This-
opinions.
This is my hero right here, Cynthia. Oof, I'll go to bat for her.
Of course you will.
Yeah. So, my thought is maybe Riley.
Riley, I
Maybe
feel like
Riley.
I think any of the partners are an interesting choice. Like from that game, like even if you did what's her name with the Chansey, oh my gosh.
I don't care about Cheryl. It's
Cheryl.
I would choose Marley. Maybe is the other
Marley's
one,
not bad. Yeah.
But I think
Riley
Lucario guy,
with the Mega
maybe?
Lucario though makes sense to me.
not that we need more Mega Lucario users
I think
around, but
Marley or Riley
I'm
with the
not against it. I think his outfit's really cool too. So
I think that if you're gonna do Gen 4, there's only real one answer, and that's Cynthia, and I'm sticking to it.
That's fine. Now we come to Gen 3, and I feel like our pool starts to get smaller and smaller as we get down to these first generations.
these guys actually have.
I can think of
Megas
like
at
3
least to their
characters.
name.
I do think it's very easy to pick like a couple Pokemon or a couple people. Like Maxie would be very interesting to see. Archie is also a very obvious answer to me.
Right.
Just to see
Which
these
Archie?
two. Which
Or
Archie?
ass
What do you-
Archie or original Archie?
That's a good question. I'm Archie.
I'm still mad at them for bringing back OG Archie and Legends Arceus. That was not okay. Actually, did they? I think they did.
In what? Say that again.
In Legends Arceus, if you go inside the tents of the clans,
Oh yeah.
you see the answer. You see the picture of I think it's OG Archie and not Oras Archie, and it's so
Well,
sad.
so they bring back OG Archie in Sun and Moon too, as Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon when you do like the rainbow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's that's very interesting to me. The OG Archie artwork where he just looks like a 2000s gangster.
he's just a random white dude. Like what?
Yeah.
Looks like a 2000s gangster. And then Oraz Archie is definitely much more pirate. Much more
I love
pirate.
Oras Archie. He's so good.
I think another good option for this, as cheesy, like it's on the Cynthia level, is Steven. Because he can bring back
Yeah.
Mega Metagross.
Yeah.
Right?
My biggest thing about other champions though is that they outshine Diantha because Diantha's so boring.
I don't think you just bring back Diantha. I think what this is.
I think she probably gets dethroned, right?
I think there's
Maybe Sycamore is champions now.
I think there's a very good chance that. I think there's a very good chance that in ZA, we see a world like we see a bunch of Pokemon trainers that come in that introduce Megas, right? Like we see Steven bring in Mega Metagross, blah blah blah. And maybe that's the avenue we should be taking. Like, does this trainer have a Mega, right, in their party or something like that? Because you could argue that for almost everything, but maybe Gen 5.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the main issue would be like there's probably new Megas, and those are probably going to. Be
oh
the
yeah, they'll
focus
be
of
introduced.
a lot of the bosses.
They'll absolutely be
Yeah.
introduced.
My recommendation for Gen 3 is, we have the doubles like the twins and Gabby
Yeah.
and Ty, which is the camera guy and the news.
Dude, if the camera people came back, I'd be so hyped.
Yeah.
Actually.
so
I
I
would
would choose
it's like
something
Ball
like
Guy
that,
all
but
over
not
again.
those characters. I would do it with Wallace and Steven Stone.
Wallace is good. I'd be happy with Wallace. I would also be happy with Juan. I would be happy
There
with
was
Juan.
something there between Steven and Wallace. You will not take this from me. There's some tension
I will accept
there.
Juan. I will accept Juan as an answer as well. But I digress. Okay.
The answer
okay.
is Spencer. Spencer is the answer. That's all we need.
Let's move on to Generation 2. My favorite answer for this is actually Claire. I think Claire is a deep character and would be very cool to see come back.
Yeah, I actually agree.
And she could be the Mega Dragonite wielder, right? If we really want a
who
Mega
else can it
Dragonite.
be?
She could be, yeah.
It could be Lance.
Jasmine
I mean,
has
I can give you
already
other
been-
answers. But
Yeah, Jasmine has already appeared in other.
I think Claire has just not been back in anything, and it would be she's got like this obvious like desire to be a very good Pokemon trainer. I think it would be very cool to see her come back, and especially in this competition scenario.
Yeah. The only
So the other one
character
that's-
go ahead. No, you go first.
No, you can go ahead first. I'll take it
Okay.
after you. You might have the same idea I'm going on.
I was gonna say that Claire's great, but I was also thinking of Janine.
Janine.
Janine has not appeared in anything else. She was just a kid when she took over the Poison Gym, and I would like to see how Janine's doing after all these years.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know if I care about Janine.
So, the one I'm thinking
I think you're
is
the
a
only one,
character
Jushiro.
the one I'm thinking is it would be interesting to see because she's relatively popular and is not in anything, is Karen. Especially with the way that Mega Evolution supposedly hurts your Pokemon, I'd love to see her take on, like, if it's
And
okay
what
to
are we
Mega.
talking about?
Karen,
Oh,
Karen.
the Elite Four member.
Karen would be good only because the internet constantly quotes her, and I'm tired of it.
Huh.
I want her to say her quote, but like with a competitive edge on it.
What is
Like
the quote?
the quote that the internet uses all the time, Jushiro, and you'll appreciate the quote because this is who you are. And no, I like it's just like one of the most notable things about Karen. Let me see if I can find it. It's
It's that, and she's an Umbreon user.
that, and she's a number.
Those are her two quirks.
The quote that everybody goes on about Jushiro is strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon. That is only the selfish perception of people. Truly skilled trainers should try to win with their favorites. I like your style. You understand what's important. And everybody uses that. I really want Karen to come in and be like, I'm only using the best because I'm going to win.
I got an Incineroar now. Let's go.
She's just got an Incineroar or something ridiculous. Yeah. I think that would be a lot of fun.
That's hilarious.
So just,
Okay,
I think
so-
that would be a good time.
It would be.
Mm-hmm.
But
So
okay,
now we're down to Gen 1.
easy answer. I feel like we can all just agree very easily. I'm going to pull it up. I think it's easy.
Giovanni. It's Giovanni.
Stop. It's red. The answer's red.
It's blue.
Honestly, I'd rather see green.
The answer's red. We
We
get
need
the
to see more
red.
green.
We get red with the 96 on his shirt, from Sun and Moon.
I think they'll save red for the 30th anniversary game. And
Okay.
Give
If
us someone else.
if it's not red and it's like a green or a blue.
also,
if it's green
I'm
or
still
blue,
disappointed in the. I'd be okay with green or blue.
if it's
I'm
green or
still
blue,
disappointed
it
in
would be
the-
really good to see like a very much like the Larry quote we had at the beginning. But it would be very cool to see them be like, yeah, red's actually doing this thing right now.
Right.
And he shows up in like the 30th anniversary game instead.
Mm-hmm. I just wasn't a huge fan of Red's design in Alola. It was too
I don't know.
casual.
I'm really upset that they come out with like these character designs and they don't sell me the merch Okay. Like, where's the shirt that he's wearing that just says like 96? I would buy that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It probably existed in Japan.
It probably did. And you know where I don't live? There. Okay. So I would love to buy
It's okay.
it now. I'd love to buy it now.
If you go to the did you hear? If you go to the San Francisco Nintendo store, you
Stop.
can make your own
Don't hurt
Wii.
me.
Or your own Switch, like they do in Japan. With the little machine, you get to pick your colors.
Okay, too bad the
Or your
Switch 2
Joy-Con.
comes out in like 3 weeks. Like,
It's a little late, but they got there.
I'm going to
We
own
got
that
it
Switch 2.
eventually.
It's fine. I'm going to own that Switch 2 in like 2 weeks. And unfortunately, I've also paid for Donkey Kong. But okay, so what are your answers outside of Blue and Leaf that you guys were saying? I still think Red's the most likely answer, but
Yeah. I don't think Giovanni would be logical, but not. I wouldn't want to see him.
yeah. I in the canon of the games too, like he's just like gone. Like he's just gone.
Disappeared. And even through time, so it's like weird.
Yeah.
I mean, my understand. I always took it as Giovanni after he went through Rainbow Rocket, he went to Pokemon Go, but I don't know.
He what?
He moved to Pokemon Go.
Oh.
Stop. Stop. Don't hurt me.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many iconic characters from the first generation, but the one that makes the most sense is either Red, Blue.
I think Red or Blue
would
makes
say-
sense.
Yeah, Red or Blue or Lance.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I do, like, no one cares about Erica, right? There aren't Erica fans out there, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no big Erica fans or anything. Okay.
I mean, there's no Blaine fans
Except
either.
for the
Like,
weird
No,
dude at the
I'm a
window
Blaine fan.
looking.
I'm a Blaine fan. Don't say that.
I mean, there's Koga fans. I believe that there are Koga fans out there, and Sabrina already showed up in another game, so I'm not counting her. Get
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
She was in Black 2 White 2. She's fine.
All right. Well, that's been our discussion, I guess. I would love to hear from the fans of the show. Who do you think might come back if they were to do this kind of battle royale tournament thing? Please let us know at puclpodcast@gmail.com. I have an answer that I don't want to say because I think people might say it, and it would be a really cool, interesting answer that would make me happy.
Okay.
So I'll mention it to you guys off the air, but I
Yes.
really want to see if the fans get there before I say anything. But yes, yeah, please send those in at puclpodcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear what characters you would love to see come back. We've had two very character centric episodes back to back. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say. So with that, we are going to go ahead and kick it on over to our PokeOpinion. So with that, we will catch you all on the flip-flop. Welcome to Puckle's PokeOpinion. Our PokeOpinion actually comes from the Discord this week. You can submit them over at our PokeOpinion submissions on the Discord. But this one's from The Real EV. And it's a very simple one, very straightforward. What is the best 3-stage bug line?
Okay, so Beedrill is disqualified. Gotcha.
Is it?
Why?
Is it? Why are you
It is a
disqualifying
4-stage bug line. It is 4 stages.
Oh, fine. I'm not. I still
Megas
think
don't count.
I think Butterfree's still really good. I like Butterfree.
No. I'm not a big Butterfree fan.
Really?
I mean, it's better
what
than...
aspect? What are we basing our decision on?
I mean, it's your
Whatever
own
you would
opinion.
like to. I think that's what the point
so
of the
it's
Poke
not
It's a
a
po- it's your Poke
competitive-
opinion.
It's just, it's my okay.
Yeah, it's your Poke opinion.
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Like, what's the best one in Jushiro's mind?
Honestly, it is Beedrill. Like I've always had this love for Beedrill.
I mean, Beedrill is
that
cool. You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
that I
Beedrill is
can
cool.
never. He's such a cool Pokemon, and despite him not being a good Pokemon,
What
but
I
I
really
still love him so much.
I think what this really like drives home for me, like thinking about this question, is that I think Pokemon tropes have like really devalued newer Pokemon that fill that trope, right? Like in my because we do have like 3-stage bug type that appears a lot. Like we have Caterpie and Weedle, which are the OGs, and they're great.
Right.
Then they're followed up by Wurmple, which at least had like its own little gimmick about like you don't know which one you're gonna get.
Yeah, night and day, blah blah blah. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
butterfly with them all.
I don't think Gen 4 really has one. Like, they try to replace it with, like, Kricketot. It's all 3-stage, but...
It wasn't Cricketot, or was it the
Burmy?
drop bug? Burmy, yeah.
Even
Burmy's,
then,
I guess, more of a Ninjask Ninkata type, right?
Yeah, that's what I think about. And then the other ones, Gen 5 has Whirlipede. Oh, actually, it has Venipede and
Scolopede's
Sawaddle.
really good.
That's cool.
Venipede and Sawaddle are both. I really like the Sawaddle line. Now that I'm thinking about it. And then there's in Gen 6 we have whatever it is, Scatterbug.
Vivian, which is not fun.
I think that one is like boring, right?
One
Even with all
that
the
I
different
do
designs.
like
Yeah?
because of its design and its is
Orbital?
Bug? Orbital.
Good old
Yeah.
Orbital is good. Orbital, I really like Orbital just for like the bug psychic typing too.
Yeah. Typing, the theme that it's a UFO, all of that I love about Orbital.
I think if I were to choose one definitively and not be a Gen 1 fanboy,
Right.
I think I would probably choose Vikavolt. I think
I would
Vikavolt. I just think Vikavolt is cool. Like Grubbin evolving into like an electric bug is just a really cool concept.
Right. And the fact that the second one is like a taser.
Yeah, well, it's
Treasure Bug
actually
is
a
great.
actually it's a railgun, but which Gen 7 had 2 of, which is very weird.
Apparently, people in Alola is tasing people left and right.
Gen 7 really needed a railgun, and they chose both Alolan Golem and Vikavolt to be railguns.
Right.
But I think Vikavolt would probably be my favorite. It's very slow, but it's very cool. And in the TCG,
No, it's very
has
fast.
really cool cards.
I have read the Pokedex. It is a fast Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How dare you call it slow? How dare you?
I still think it's a
Pokedex
cool
would like a word with you.
I still think it's a cool Pokemon.
It is. Undeniably, to me, Vikavolt is. And plus, the name is great. Vikavolt, that's just a great name. Yeah. What else?
I would pick a Vikavolt. Scolopede's close.
I like Vikavolt, but is it better than Orbital?
Oh, no, I mean, we're not ranking them. You could just say your favorite.
Okay,
That's
okay,
what you did.
okay.
That's
It's
what
just
you
your
did.
favorite.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm sticking. I'm not gonna pick Beedrill just to not be the Gen 1er.
Yeah, I
and I'll
know.
go with Orbital.
I
mean,
mean, Gen
if-
1 it's like Gen 1 or Gen 2 because like Gen 2 is just a sequel to Gen 1. And they both had Caterpie and Weedle.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to make of that, but I just Gen 2 is like the vibes, man. It's just the vibes of the 2000s, and I miss the 2000s so bad.
Don't we all?
If they ever let Ledian evolve, that would probably take the place for me. Because I think
that would be
Ledian's a
cool.
great design. Ledian's a great design. It's just an awful Pokemon.
Full-fledged Ladion Power Ranger as a third stage, and you got me.
Right? There's a lot of potential for a Ledian evolution.
Yeah.
One day, I believe. Its stats
Make it evolve into like 5. Right? Kind of like Ditto.
that would be so
Diglett
good.
to Duck Trio, and then you have the 5 Sentai Ladybugs, and they're all forming
types.
different. They're doing the Sentai for poses. That would be great.
You got Bug Fairy, Bug Water, Bug
Right.
Fire. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you. I'm following.
That would be amazing.
All right. So what was your choice then, Sigma? What's your choice?
Oh, I said Vikavolt.
Oh, Vikavolt.
Vikavolt
Okay.
with
We just-
like
we
very
just
close
agree.
Scolipede. Yeah,
We just agree.
we were on the same page on what a good.
Yeah, that's why I jumped in.
Pokemon.
I'm like, is it for me though? No, I'm sticking.
No, it
with
doesn't have to
Beedrill.
be. You could.
No,
choose
that's
yours.
what I mean. Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
And
I mean, you could go back
everybody
to
else-
Beedrill if you want. There's
Yeah.
like only 6 of these to choose from.
There aren't a lot actually. Yeah, surprisingly. Like I like what are the other ones? Like there can't be that many.
like there's the 2 Wurmples.
Like I gotta find
There's
this.
Butterfree.
I gotta look up bug type on.
I had the list open. There aren't a lot. There are actually like only about 6 or 7.
Yeah, there aren't a lot.
Maybe 8?
There Butterfree, Beedrill. I'm looking.
There's nothing in Johto. There's nothing in
Dustox,
Sinnoh.
Beautifly, and then Man, there is
got
just
two
nothing.
from Unova.
Levani, Scolipede.
You got
Wow.
one from
Oh my
Kalos.
gosh.
Yeah, there really aren't choices.
Vilvolon.
It is not a surprise to come to the same
Or
one,
Beetle.
because
Yeah, it is. It is not whatsoever. Oh my
it
gosh.
is.
There's like nothing.
It is a barren location. They gave us a lot of 2-stage ones this gen.
Yeah, a lot of 2-stage bug types.
Because Logix
Maybe
would
that's
almost
next
get
week.
there for me.
Maybe that's next week. Which one's your favorite
Should be.
2-stage bug type one?
Ledian could win something. Let's go.
I don't know. If it was 2-stage, I might. There's a lot of better answers, I think, than Ladian.
There are.
Like
I'd pick them all,
Cleavor
but
exists.
that's
Like Cleavor's there, and so is Scizor. Like,
Scissors there, Venomoth's there.
yeah.
2-stage bugs
all
are
right.
a lot of good ones.
Well, as an alternative, if you don't feel inspired to answer our last question about the topic, you could let us know what your favorite 3-stage bug type line is.
Yeah, which of the 6
is your favorite?
Actually, I think
So-
it's like 7, but still.
It doesn't matter. So with that,
There aren't
guys,
many.
we are going to go ahead and we're going to kick it on over to our mailbag. Welcome to our mailbag. Our mailbag is the part of the show where you can email us at puclpodcast@gmail.com, where you can answer our mailbag question. Last week we asked you what Pokemon trainer you would love to see come be a gym leader in the Puckle region. So with that, before we start, as always, if you answer the mailbag with answer that's interesting, we will give you the Green Tauros badge, the energy drink that gives you hooves.
Hooves.
And you get to yell hooves in the channel or whatever. It's fine. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. But before we begin, I want to shout out a YouTube comment of the episode. And we're going to go ahead and say, this one is from Stefan Arison, 1487. It's my first time actually watching the show, but not listening to it on Spotify. And Thatch looks so much different than I imagined. Laugh crying emoji, laugh crying emoji, laugh crying emoji. And I would just like to say, what do you mean by that, Stefan? You want to comment on that? You want to explain to me what you're saying there, Stefan? Huh? Okay, but with that, we're gonna go. But thank you for leaving the comment. All engagement's good engagement.
That question has layers.
That question has a lot of layers. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay. I
think he saw the Thatch trio.
You think
on
so?
The Discord,
Yeah.
and wondered where your luscious locks are.
Why doesn't he have long blonde hair? I just don't know. Like
I thought he was a beach boy.
I thought everybody does. In fact, I heard Mike Love asked me to be on tour with him. I just had to shut him down. Unfortunately, I'm just too busy. Then Brian Wilson came to me and he asked, and I was just like, I'm busy. Mike asked me the same thing, you know?
I had to go with Uncle Jesse instead.
They went with Uncle Jesse.
Roar in recognition.
Then Al Jardine asked me to come tour with him. I couldn't, you know. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to keep going. I don't want to belabor the joke.
You're scaring away the kids. You're scaring away the kids.
It's okay. It's
Nobody knows any of the names I just said.
They might be
It's
gone
fine.
already.
Nobody knows. Now that everybody's gone, we can read the mailbag. Our first email is going to be from Shellman. I've got this one this week. And I'm going to go ahead and read it. This one, he says, hello there. Let me start off by expressing my love for the Puckle region. This concept is like something taken straight from a weekend in 2007 in my friend's basement with his mother urging us to see some sunlight for the first time in 36 hours.
You know what? That brings joy to my heart because that's how I feel it too.
That's like the vibe that Puckle is supposed to be, which is both sad and exciting.
Even it's online, it still reminds me of the good old days of sitting on the couch with friends. Yeah.
And just, coming up with ideas while you're waiting for Netflix to load or something.
Right.
As for gym leaders, I will present 3, all of whom I nominate for different reasons. They all fall under different categories of gym leaders, as I feel most current leaders do. First, we have the experienced educators, those who educate gym trainers, challengers, and perhaps even their peers. Secondly, we have the challengers, great trainers on their way up in their careers, who without a doubt are challengers to the Elite Four and perhaps even a champion in the future. Your Claire, Wallace, Volkner, Iris, or Volkner. You put Volkner twice. Lastly, we have the rest. Trainers who might have other functions in their communities, perhaps just Nepo babies or random promising trainers who don't really seem to have much else going on with their trainer careers going forward. Now, I realize that this categorization might be lazy and a little off its mark, but it fits my narrative. And according to the guidebook on the 2020s discourse, that's the main objective of any reasoning. So here we go. Wow.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
Yeah. Number 1, Alder. Yes, it might seem far-fetched for a former champion who have stated that it's his next generation's turn to take on the world, but this is a man with an adventurous mind while also clearly caring for others. While he was an elite trainer at his peak, and it still possibly could be, he also has a newfound fondness for other values and with a region that lacks the talent to fill the role. The opportunity to foster a new generation of trainers and mentor them early in their gym challenge could be a perfect spot for him for a few years, with the intention of the new region standing on its own feet soon enough. Number 2, AJ. This is one that I actually wanted to bring up during the last episode, but I didn't get the chance.
Saying true.
This character from the first anime, who alongside his Sandshrew had his own unofficial Pokemon gym, and who after 100 wins plans to set out on his journey to become champion, was never seen again. Like most characters.
Didn't make it to 100 wins.
Yeah. We don't know what has happened since, but I imagine that he might have struggled a bit after his early success. Wow. Perhaps he cleared the gym
if he
challenge.
only has a Sand Slash, yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps he cleared the gym challenge.
Too.
Perhaps he cleared the gym challenge in 1 or 2 regions just to realize he didn't have the last percentages to reach the absolute top and make it through the league. I imagine he arrived on the island of Arbor and trained for an extended period of time when he was contacted about the opportunity to run his own official gym in a new region, a stepping stone towards his goal to be the very best, like no one ever was, in Ohio. Number 3.
He was doing the whole, I'm just going to train one Pokemon to 100 and then pass the game thing.
That was what he was doing, yes.
So that's literally what he was doing.
Number 3, Cinna and Dexio. This is a good one. The former assistants of Professor Sycamore, an obvious couple, Cinna and Dexio, are perfect for either a doubles gym or as version exclusives. I imagine they have gotten a little older and are focused on building stable careers, but perhaps not with the ambitions of being the elite trainers or continuing within academia. Have a good week, Shellman. Nobody should be happy doing academia.
I agree. We need more couples in Pokemon, honestly. I think the couple dynamic in characters, it's something that you can really play off, and they don't do it enough.
I agree with you. Okay, Jushiro, I'm going to have you read this next one from Kyler.
Absolutely. And it says, "Hello, PuclPod. Kyler here. I've been listening for over a year now." Hey, thank you. Listening to past episodes and building up Legend CA has been the blast. However, I felt intrigued by the topic of building a Pokemon region, so I just had to give my own suggestion. Let's go. Number 1, Xenia. After playing through Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire recently, I've been curious how Xenia's character could potentially be expanded and explored across the upcoming games. Her role in the Delta episode was unique to say the least, possibly a contender for becoming a Dragon-type specialist in a new region. The lore surrounding Xenia could be further enhanced, especially in the conventions of a Legend title.
Okay, I'd like to point out that we were saving Xenia for a future episode about the PUCL region where we go to fill in more roles, but I digress.
Okay. Xenia, I really like Xenia. She was fun.
She's a good character.
Yep. Okay, so number 2, we got Egon. That's E-A-G.
Oh, yeah, Pikachu guy.
Guy. Yeah,
from
old
Pokemon
Ash.
Coliseum. Yep. As a huge fan of the spin-off GameCube titles, as you should, Egon.
Have you played them in the 2020s? That's my question.
I was gonna say I'm looking forward to people playing them again.
When people play them again, they're going to be disappointed. They're going to be disappointed when they play them again.
They are so slow. They make
terrible.
Diamond and Pearl look like they're on an express train.
They are very bad. In terms of pacing, they are very bad.
Thankfully, Claude's not here to defend it, but
yes,
it's not good.
Claude, you got catching strays here.
I really do want to do an episode with
He would
like
be
all
here
of
and
us on it
defend
at once because I want us all to be shouting at each other. Maybe this is what happens when we finally all get together in person.
Right. Okay. So it says Egon at the Celebi Shrine at Agate Village is certainly a character whose stature warrants gym leader status. The mystery of Celebi, the utility of his Pikachu for the gym, an almost paternal role to the protagonist only adds value to being a gym leader. Okay, and then number 3. Oh, and we discussed these characters.
We did talk about these people.
Yeah, we did. The Hoenn TV crew, Gabby and Ty. Okay, maybe this was quite ambitious. The 2 NPCs which documents your quests at certain areas in the region mean their broadcasting careers can be versatile and shift to a Puckle region. I would like to hear your opinions on how this could be implemented. Oh, I already have ways. Although a gym themed around TV, perhaps watching your own battles throughout the game within the gym setting could be quite interesting. The Magnemite line with Whismur line tend to have continuity throughout the playthrough with could link well to the idea of more thematic gyms over type restriction. I have it set up. So Gabby and Ty quit TV, right? And now they are streamers. So they're streaming
like Iono.
Yep, they're
competing with
complete
Iono.
streamers like Puckle. You know, they
Don't call me a
podcasts
streamer.
now.
Don't lie
They
about us.
stream. They stream now, so that could be their new twist. It's like, oh no, yeah, we retired from legacy media, and now we're here with our own YouTube channels. I think that would be hilarious. Or it would be actually a PokeTube, I guess.
Yeah.
That would be their version. Anyway, that's a great suggestion. Anyway, continue on. It says, side note, I would change Abras Shiny. Abras Shiny being my favorite Pokemon. I would change Abras Shiny. I don't know. This is kind of coming out of nowhere. Although
maybe it was the PokeOpinion last week.
That must be it. Okay, I would change Abras Shiny from being my favorite Pokemon. Although a change to the Poliwag line, creating a more consistent color palette across the evolutions, perhaps purple, would suit much better. That's my suggestion. I don't know whether my email will be read, but if it is, thank you. It was.
You're welcome.
See you on the flip-flop. Kyler use fly.
Well, thank you, Kyler.
Thank you, Kyler.
So I think Poliwrath and Politoed have good shinies. It's Poliwag and Poliwhirl that need them.
Poliwrath
I
has
know
a terrible shiny. It's just green.
Yeah.
Exactly. It swaps colors with Politoed, who's blue.
Politoed is good. Politoed's a good shiny.
Yeah, Politoed is a great
Good.
shiny.
Politoed is better. Don't get me wrong, but I'm
Politoed's
okay
a
with
good
it being
shiny.
a green.
It's a
I
good
think
shiny.
a green frog is an okay shiny.
I think
Well,
we
fair
can
enough.
agree to disagree here. All right. Our last email this week, you have this one, Sigma, is from our good friend. Well, I don't know if it's a good friend, but it's from Mike Reverie.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. First, I would like to second Mir B being involved in the region somehow. I miss him and his dancing Ludicolo. As a big fan of the can insert trainer here become champion, I've often thought about trainers as gym leaders. I also would prefer that with Thatch as PL Puckle League Commissioner, the gyms would have gimmicks instead of type requirements. I also wish that more trainers had more than 3 to 4 Pokemon, both for leveling and challenge purposes. I'm presuming no other regional gimmicks. I tried to keep trainers with the Pokemon lines they're known for. Here are 2 gym leaders I think would be interesting. First, the easy one. I think it would be fun and a nice Easter egg to have Jesselina as the 2nd or 3rd gym leader.
Jesselina? You mean just Jessie?
No, Jesselina, completely different person.
It's the
How
same
dare you
character.
do this again? You did it with Masked Royal earlier. How dare you?
That's what you doing, man.
I'm a horrible person. I'm just
you
revealing
can be sued
identities.
by false accused.
I would be
They
terrible
are
for
trying
any
to keep their identity.
I'd be terrible for any superhero universe. Marvel, I'd be like, that's just Tony Stark, guys.
Right.
And then in DC,
guys,
I'd be like,
that's clearly Clark Kent.
that's clearly Clark Kent. He just took his glasses off, guys.
Right.
Guys.
And everyone's like, dude, are you crazy? What's wrong with you, bro?
And then in the Power Rangers universe, I'd be like, you guys notice that these 6 kids are always together, and then they're always wearing the same color clothes as the Power
And then
Rangers.
they disappear when the Power
and then they
Rangers
disappear.
appear.
You never see them at the same time as the Power Rangers.
Shut up, Thatch, you're imagining things.
That's your wrong. God.
All right. I always found her various personas fun, and while I don't think she'd be challenging, I think she could be an enjoyable gym for those who know. Her Pokemon would all be around level 20, with her ace being level 23. She can use one Rostberry, because I was recently watching an episode, and she almost ate poison mushrooms, and thought that a Wooper was a mushroom. There would be 2 gym trainers before getting to her. Both have a Meowth. So Jesselina, theme, poison, but bad at it. Masquerade badge. We have a Seviper with Curse, Poison Tail, and Toxic. Dustox with Poison Sting, String Shot, and Protect. And the ace would be Arbok with Rap, Bite, and Leer.
Not even the Yanmega, huh? Okay.
No, we're Poison Gym, jeez.
Gosh, okay, that's fine.
Now the difficult one that I now want to try to do a run with when possible. Venus's Battle was one of the hardest for me when I was younger, and would serve as a good gate to the final bit of the story / endgame. Her gym battle is meant to be difficult, probably 7th or 8th. She always had 5 Pokemon with her team, so I'm keeping her that way. Her Pokemon would all have Attract, and possibly one other stalling move. Her Pokemon would be sent out in the order below, with the first 2 swapping positions to be the opposite gender of the challenger's lead. Venus, from the Ore region. Theme, Attract, and status. Lovestruck badge, and the Pokemon she'd have is a Steelix that would be male. They said there were 5 because she always had 5 Pokemon.
Okay.
So we have Steelix with Sturdy. You know what? We're not going through the attacks.
We're not going through these
Attract
attacks.
and Stealth Rock. That's the important part.
We're not going through these attacks.
We have a female Raichu with Static and Quick Claw. Also Attract and Sweet Kiss. We'll go through the themed attacks. We have a male Vileplume with Effect Spore, so you get more effects if you attack. Oh my god, the contact. Oh. And Black Sludge with Attract. Well, that's the important move. Miss Magus, female with Levitate and Bright Powder with Attract and Confuse Ray. And the ace would be my Lotic with a Flame Orb. Oh geez, Cynthia flashbacks. Attract, Recover, Mirror Coat, and Surf. Thank you for reading, and I hope everyone has a rapid-ashing week. Mike Reverie.
All right. And with that has been our mailbag. Thank you to everybody. There were so many emails this week, by the way. I did not
Thank you so
expect
much for everyone to send them. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not expect there were really that many. I do want to, on the Discord, have like a tally for the number of people that were nominated for gym leaders. And maybe what we should do is have in the Puckle polls, we have people vote on who our gym leaders are for the Puckle region, and we make this a community event.
That would be
Did we have any Labrina fans out there?
I didn't look deep enough into that because there were a lot of emails this week. Oh my gosh, but there are a lot of emails. Like there were more emails for this week than I think there are for like a top 5 episode, which is nuts.
Wow.
Yeah. So thank you to everybody who did that. But yeah, were there one of these that spoke to you? I did kind of like Kyler's. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too. I was gonna say I was gonna nominate
Egan.
Kyler.
Actually, Gabby and Ty.
Egan and Gabby and Ty, I think were both very good picks. So Kyler, I think you got the spirit. I think you understood. You get to come out
You got
and
the
you win that Green Taurus badge.
He understood the assignment.
Yeah. And with that, if you want to email us next week, you can at puclpodcast@gmail.com. Our question to you is, what character do you think might come to Pokemon Legends ZA as part of the Battle Royale? Let us know. Additionally, you can come and hang out with us throughout the week at pucldiscord.com. You can also come and find us over at what's it called? Social media at
Discord.
Well, that was pucldiscord.com. We have Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, and the last one, Facebook. You can also, of course, go ahead and check us out over at YouTube and Twitch. If you're on YouTube right now, a subscribe would really help us out, or even a like or a comment.
Click
Please
the
do.
like button.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt. Just do it. Or if you're on wherever else you're listening to us, if you could comment, like, subscribe, you follow whatever it is that you can do on Spotify, Apple, or I don't know. People still use like Google Podcasts. Do people still do that?
I feel like they probably do. I'm sure
Yeah, I don't
someone's
know.
listening to this on Amazon's Music.
Oh, there is actually there's like one or two people that somehow in our stats come up as listening to us on Amazon Alexa.
Shout out to
and
them.
If you are one of those people, you need to email me now because I want to know. I want to know.
Alexa, play Poke.
I would love to be your friend and understand your life. So please email me. And additionally, if you would like to help support the show, you can go to Twitch at twitch.tv/the Puckle Podcast. This week I'm not streaming on Wednesday. I'm actually going to be streaming on Thursday due to a work trip. I will be in the California area. So yeah, I'm going to be there for a little bit, and then I'll be back by Thursday evening.
And by work trip, you mean there's a Beach Boys thing, right?
Yeah. I'm going to Hawthorne, California, you know. Nobody understands these references, okay? I am an 80-year-old man in a 34-year-old body, okay?
I assume we're past the 2-hour mark at this point.
Oh, we definitely are. Nobody's listening.
No one's listening. It's fine. It's fine.
But if you'd like to help support the show, you can go to our Patreon at patreon.com/pucklepodcast, where you can get extra shows, goodies, and ad-free versions of the podcast. And so, yeah, please check that out. We got an extra show. It should be coming to you pretty soon. It's going to be me and Shark. We're going to be talking. We don't typically do it on the normal show because I don't like talking about them, but leaks, mostly because I'm a Debbie Downer. And Shark is not. So we're going to talk about them and have a good discussion. So if you want to get in on that extra podcast, you can go over to our Patreon at patreon.com/PokeOpinion. With that though, guys, I have been Trainer Thatch.
Some say I've been Jushiro.
And I've been R Sigma.
And here in the Lavender Town Radio Tower, it's closing time.
Closing time in Lavender Town. Time to say our goodbyes. It's closing time. Farewell, my friends. I'll catch you on the flip side.